Hello everyone and welcome to Wordyverse today. We're going to explore a powerful story about the danger of making decisions in anger and the strength of calm, thoughtful thinking when we face challenges in life. As you listen to this story, you'll also learn new English words and see how they can be used naturally in sentences. This will help you practice English in a fun and easy way. So stay with us till the end. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom surrounded by green fields and tall mountains, there lived a young king named David. David had just inherited the throne at the age of 25 after the passing of his father. Though young, he was intelligent and well-educated. From an early age, David had been guided by a wise teacher named Edward. Edward taught him not only about history, politics, and leadership, but also about deeper values such as kindness, patience, humility, and wisdom. He always reminded David that a true king rules with his mind and heart, not with anger. After the king's death, Edward became David's closest advisor. He served as the kingdom's chief minister and trusted counselor, helping David navigate the many challenges of ruling a kingdom. For some time, everything in the kingdom went smoothly. The people were happy, the lands were fertile, and peace filled the palace halls. Then one year, an unexpected disaster struck. Due to an error in the weather forecast, an honest mistake made by Edward, the kingdom faced a serious food crisis. Crops failed, supplies grew low, and fear spread among the people. Young King David felt overwhelmed. Stress, frustration, and anger took control of him. Instead of stopping to think, he allowed his emotions to guide his actions. In a moment of anger, without listening or reflecting, David ordered Edward, his teacher, mentor, and closest advisor, to leave the kingdom immediately and never return. The words left his mouth before his mind could stop them. Edward was deeply hurt, but he did not argue. With a heavy heart, he bowed respectfully to the king and quietly left the palace. He left behind his position, his home, and the life he had known for many years. Edward traveled far from the capital and eventually settled in a distant village. Although he still had wealth and knowledge, he chose to live a simple life as a humble farmer. He worked the land, spoke kindly to everyone, and shared the daily struggles of the villagers. Over time, the people grew to respect and admire him. Whenever there was a disagreement, a farming problem, or a difficult decision, the villagers came to Edward for advice. His calm voice and thoughtful words brought peace wherever he went. Meanwhile, back in the kingdom, King David began to struggle. Without Edward's guidance, decisions felt heavier and more confusing. Problems seemed harder to solve. Slowly, David realized what he had lost. Regret grew in his heart. He understood that banishing Edward had been a mistake one made in anger, not wisdom. Determined to fix his error, David sent soldiers across the kingdom to search for Edward and bring him back. Days passed, then weeks, but no one could find him. The kingdom was vast, and Edward had disappeared without a trace. Then David remembered something Edward once taught him. When logic fails, wisdom will still leave clues. Inspired by this lesson, David came up with a plan. He ordered his soldiers to send a letter and a clay jar to the leader of every village in the kingdom. The letter instructed them to return the jar filled with wisdom within 1 month. If they failed, they would have to fill the jar with precious jewels instead. The jar and letter eventually reached the village where Edward lived. The village leader was confused and worried. How can wisdom be placed inside a jar? He wondered. Knowing the village did not have enough jewels, he rushed to Edward for help. Edward listened calmly. He knew wisdom could not be poured into a container, but he also knew panic would not help. The villagers gathered around him anxiously and pleaded, "Please help us. You are the only one who can find a solution." Edward smiled gently and said, "Give me the jar. I promise it will be filled with wisdom by the end of the month." Back on his farm, Edward thought quietly. One morning, as he walked through his field, he noticed a small pumpkin vine growing nearby. At that moment, an idea sparked in his mind. Carefully, Edward placed a tiny pumpkin into the jar without cutting it from the vine. Day by day, he watered the plant and cared for it patiently. Slowly, the pumpkin grew. It grew larger and larger until it completely filled the jar and could no longer be removed. Only then did Edward cut the vine. He sent the jar back to the kingdom, exactly as the king had requested. When King David received the jar, he was astonished. Inside, it was a fully grown pumpkin. Smiling, David said, "To grow something this large inside a jar requires patience, intelligence, and wisdom." At that moment, David knew. Only one man in the kingdom could have done this. Without hesitation, David prepared to travel himself. He was determined to find Edward, apologize sincerely, and bring him back home. And so this story teaches us two important lessons. First, never make decisions in the heat of anger. Strong emotions can cloud your judgment and lead to regret. Second, always take time to calm your mind before solving a problem. A peaceful mind leads to clear thinking, and clear thinking leads to wise solutions. Remember, wisdom grows slowly, just like the pumpkin in the jar. Today, we learn new words and meaningful lessons through this story. Remember, learning English can be fun when you practice regularly. Keep listening, keep learning, keep growing. Make sure to like, comment, and share how this story helped you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.